Okay, so like I said, there's a lot of information today, but what I'm going to start with is that if you do not have the agenda that you were provided in front of you right now, I would like you to please go get your agenda or take your agenda out and have it open to today, which is September 4th. Because I'm going to give you an assignment and I'd like you to utilize that agenda so you can see what's due in this class. As a quick reminder, the way that I set up your classroom in Canvas, you're not going to have a to-do list, because if I put a to-do list on there, it does not force you to go through everything sequentially. If there's no to-do list, it will force you to go through sequentially, which is what I want you to do, to go through everything sequentially. It was built that way, so you go from step 1 to 2 to 3 and do it sequentially. So far, so good? Okay. First thing I want to tell you guys is that I learned from Mr. Cromie yesterday that if you are using, here, let's send out a poll because I'd like to know first with you guys. Okay. So here's the first poll for today going out to you guys. Nope, that's a lie. Don't do that one. Sorry. That one we did already. That was a lie. I want to end that polling. No, 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 no. Don't worry about that one. No, I don't want to do that either. See? I'm all flustered because I'm videotaping. Not really. It's a steep learning curve, all of this computer stuff. Okay, it says you are Amaya Diaz though, right? Diaz is the last name. If it is Diaz, put it in the group chat. The poll's gone out to all of you guys. Yes, okay, we're good, Amaya. I wrote it down. Thank you for telling me. Okay, 4 of you still need to vote. If the poll is not showing up on your screen, I'd like you to answer the question in the chat. It says, are you using a Chromebook from VUSD for your Canvas and Zoom? 2 of you still need to answer. Okay, I'm going to stop the poll now because it's a simple yes, no. But what I'm going to show you is that many of you are using the Chromebook that you got from VUSD. And what I have learned, yes, all right, so Vincent, I'm going to explain this. What I have learned yesterday from Mr. Cromie is something really interesting. Oh, Amaya changed her name, great. If you are using a Chromebook from VUSD and you are having problems with it, today they're having problems with both Zoom and Canvas and emails and stuff like that. So yes, and it's gonna lag. But what I've learned is that, let's say we have our meeting at 10 o'clock and you choose to sign on 10 minutes early because you're a good student and I saw Amaya, thank you. Because you're a good student and you want to make sure you're in class on time and everything like that. And then all of a sudden, you try to sign on at 10 o'clock and it says that you can't. The reason why that happens is because they've built something into the program that if you sit idle for 10 minutes, meaning that you're not doing anything with the computer for 10 minutes, it's going to bump you off the Wi-Fi. So the way to tell if you are attached to Wi-Fi so you can get into the internet and do work is if you look on the bottom of your computer screen, there's like a little rainbow. And if that rainbow is gray, then you're not connected to Wi-Fi. Now, for every one of you that's on here, obviously you're connected to Wi-Fi, so that rainbow is gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4 bars filled in white, which means that you have a connection to Wi-Fi, so you're able to join the Zoom meeting. Some students sign on early, and then all of a sudden they think their computer's not working because they can't get back into the class, so they have to log back onto Wi-Fi. Karina, go ahead and unmute yourself. You can ask.
I noticed after like some time, the screen goes black, and then when you try to go back on, like during like break, I just leave it there, and then after that, like the screen goes black when you go back on. You have to like connect to the Wi-Fi again.
Right, because you're sitting idle. The computer is sitting idle, meaning that you're not doing anything for it. So it's sitting idle, so it's going to bump you off your Wi-Fi. Andres, yours is not a rainbow, meaning that it's not rainbow colored, or that it isn't like a rainbow arch looking thing? And you can either type it in the chat or just unmute yourself, Andres. Oh, it isn't an arch. Okay, thank you. Yeah, okay, whatever you see. Mine is an arch. I know on the Chromebooks that it's an arch. It's like a triangle with like rainbow looking arches in it, correct? For those of you that have a Chromebook, that's what you see, correct? Okay, because my 2 children are in Ventura Unified, so that's what is, I know what they see. And they've been getting bumped off a lot because they sit idle for 10 minutes. And the way that it's been created is that after 10 minutes, you will get bumped off of the Wi-Fi, so you have to sign back into Wi-Fi. So first check that before you think, yes, first check that before you think that there's something wrong with your computer. Always check to see if you're hooked up to Wi-Fi. Okay. So if you're using a Chromebook especially, check into that. That could be one thing that's causing you hiccups. Today, they're having a lot of problems with servers and stuff. So people are having difficulty, especially those people that are teaching from Balboa or from their school site are having some issues. I am in my home, so hopefully it's working well for you guys. All right, so let's get into today's lesson that I want to go over with you guys. I'm going to share my screen with you today, and in doing so, we're going to go over today's lesson and what was due today. So here I am on my dashboard, and I'm going to ask you guys that if you have questions, the chat, because I'm sharing my screen with you, the chat is not going to show up in the sharing screen portion that I'm doing today. So if you have questions, please unmute yourself, and I will get to your questions as we're going through the class. So here's my dashboard. And on my dashboard, I know I told you guys that you will not have a to-do list because I set it up where you go through the class sequentially, right? I do have a to-do list. My to-do list is showing me all of the things that I need to grade for all of my students. Now you guys are in period 4, right? So right now the first assignment that was due today was to submit an assignment using a link. My lesson today is about how to do that because some people are submitting the assignment, however, they're not submitting it the proper way. So I'm going to click into period 4, submit an assignment using a link, and I am going to show you what happens if it is done incorrectly. And as I look through all of the submissions, it looks as though many of you are going to need to address your submissions. So I am going to ask Kathleen, unmute yourself, tell me if it's okay if I can share your screen or share your submission.
That's fine.
I did not hear you. Can you speak louder?
Sure.
Okay, great. Thank you. So I've not gone in and checked Kathleen's yet. What I do is when I go into my graded section, you'll see up here, as I scroll through them, anybody that's handed something in is bold-faced. If you've not done the assignment yet, you're light gray. So you'll see here that there are a lot of people that did not yet do the assignment, which was due for today. If you did do the assignment and it's not graded by me yet, it's going to show with an orange dot. If you do the assignment and it is graded by me, so here's Kathleen's, okay, very simple. She did the assignment. She's going to get credit for doing the assignment, and I'm going to give her the points. Now, when we go back into Kathleen's name, you'll see that she has a check mark. That means that I've graded it and I know that it is complete. So far, so good. If you have any questions, not raise your hand, unmute yourselves. Okay. Speak. Can I use yours only because we've been emailing?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, great, thank you. So here's us Speak. So we're gonna go into us Speak and I'm going to open it. And us Speak, yes, okay, this is a little bit more thorough for what I was looking for, Kathleen. But it asks you to submit the assignment. Here's us Speak's name. Here is his paragraph that he was asked to write about. And then I am going to give him credit. It looks like he's set up for success to be able to change his notifications. Let's go up here to, I want to go up to, I think Brandon. Okay, here we go. So yesterday, Brandon, was it yesterday? September, no, 2 days ago at 9:24 p.m., I was still working and grading, and I sent Brandon a message. Brandon, can I use your page?
Sure.
Okay, great. So I sent Brandon a message saying that I did not have access to his document. And if I click on it, you'll see that it says, I need access. I have to show you the way in which you can hand it in which I will have access. I am not the only teacher that's asking you to hand in assignments this way. And I want to make sure that your school year of handing in assignments is going to be less stressful, so you hand it in the correct way. So Brandon is going to have to make a change, right? And some other students, after they see how to do this the correct way. So what is the correct way, you ask? I'm going to go back into my home screen. And we are in period 4 science. I'm going to put it in the student view so you guys can see what it is that you normally see when you're in my Canvas. It's going to direct you right to the home page. On the home page, you're going to realize, or if you haven't gone to the home page yet, you're going to see that there is a button for the Zoom link. Anytime that you want to get into my Zoom classes, go to Canvas homepage and click on the Zoom link. You no longer will be getting emails from me with the Zoom links in them. You just go right to the home page. Okay, so it's one less step for you. If you have any old emails from me, get rid of them. You're not going to need them. From today going forward, you'll need the emails, and they're going to be few and far between. They're probably just going to be assignments and assignment dates. Okay. In here, you're going to have previous Zooms. So like today, I am recording the Zoom. The recording is going to go into the previous Zoom button. If you need to watch the lesson again, you can do here in previous Zooms. If you are absent for any of my synchronous learning times, which is where I am teaching directly to you, you can go watch it in the previous Zoom to see what you missed that day that you were out. We're going to go into the modules. And so far, the way that I have the module set up is to go in through it sequentially, right? So you've done the welcome, the integrated science, and today you were asked to have had the submit an assignment using a link completed for today when you came into class. Many of you didn't have it done. Some of you did it and did it incorrectly, and some of you did it correctly. I'm going to make sure that you know how to do it correctly so you can all submit it to get the points. If you go into use Google Docs and personal files, it gives you the instructions on how to create that Google Doc. If you don't want to read all of this information, right? I created it as a page for you so that you can use the Immersive Reader. If you click on the Immersive Reader, it gives you a little play button.
Use Google Docs and personal files. Overview. Canvas provides a space for students to upload and organize their electronic files within Canvas. Alternately, as many of your assignments for this course require you to draft and submit links to documents you create using Google Docs, you may choose to use Google Drive.
Okay, so you guys now are aware of what Immersive Reader is, and it will read the whole page to you. It does not read assignments. It does not read quizzes, but it will read anything that's listed as a page. Remember, the page is the dog ear, the piece of paper with the dog ear folded down. So when you look on your modules, you'll see if it has a picture of a piece of paper with the dog ear, that's a page, and it could be read to you with the Immersive Reader. Okay, so we're going into use Google Docs in a personal file. With that, it tells me the first thing I need to do is to open up Google, sign into Google, go into my waffle, and go into a new document. Then it also tells me, and bear with me because I know the steps to this, so I'm going to talk through it with you and then we'll go back and look at the steps. But it says to create a new document. To create a new blank document, you're going to click on the plus symbol, and it's going to create a new page for you. Then it tells you to go up here into where it says untitled document and to rename it. It doesn't tell you to rename it whatever you want. It tells you you're going to type in your last name, period, and then test document. So let's go back here. I'm going to type in my last name, period, and then test document. Right? So now I've got that information up there. My mouse, my cursor is still up there. I need to click down on the page. That is saved. And now I can start typing. What do they want me to type? Click on the blank page to begin typing. Type your name at the top. Okay, I can do that. Now that I have my name, it also tells me to enter on the keyboard to start a new line. Okay, and some of you are like, oh, Miss Cook, we know this already. This is silly. Why are we going over it? Just so you know, and so everybody knows, because not everybody is computer savvy. Okay, then what they want you to do is use the menu at the top of the document to format your text. So here I go to the top of the document, and I can either format it in here. If I click on format, sorry, I just let somebody into the meeting. If I click on format, I can do line spacing, right? Or I can do paragraph styles, I can do indentations, whatever it is that you want to do. I just learned last period that if I want to change my line spacing, I can also go in here. It's a little shortcut. So let's say I want to have double space for what it is that I'm typing. Now it's set up for double space, but I still don't know what I need to type in that document. If I go to the next page, it tells me in what I need to submit that I need to write a paragraph in the document where you describe how you updated your notification settings to keep you connected to the course. Well, what do they mean, notification settings? Shame on you if you did not go through these step by step, because it tells you how to update your notification preferences. That's what the little paragraph needs to be about. So it tells you to indent the first paragraph. To indent, I'm going to tab, and then I'm going to start typing. I'm writing a whole paragraph about how I changed my notification settings. Now I'm done with that, and it says in here, going into my Google Docs and personal files with my instructions, it says on here that I need to submit my assignment. I've also given you a video on how to submit the assignment, but just in case, if you didn't understand it reading it and you didn't understand the video, I am going to show you right now. And this is the most important thing when it comes to submitting assignments that are Google Docs in Canvas. When you go up to the share button, it says private only to me. If you click on your share button, it's going to say private only to you. It cannot be read by anybody, even if you hand it in. The same thing's going to happen that happened with Brandon. Brandon handed his in, and it said request that you're able to see it. I will not be able to see it, or your other teachers, if you're handing in assignments to other classes like this, they will not be able to see it until you change this share ability. So click in share, and Brandon, this is where you got hung up, I think. You don't want to use this top box. You're not going to share it with me in my Google Drive. No, no, no. I want it to go directly to Canvas. To make it shareable with me in Canvas so that I can read it, you go down here where it says change link to Ventura Unified School District. Now the permission has been updated. That means that anybody in Ventura Unified can view that document. Which document? This document up here. Okay, so now you've gone into share, you've gone in where it changes the viewability, and you're going to copy the link. To copy the link, you're going to click on copy link. They're telling me that the link's been copied. Now I'm done. Click done. That doesn't mean I've handed in the assignment. It just means that I've made it viewable for the teacher. I'm going to go back to my Canvas, and I'm going to go to my submission page where it says submit assignment. Now what I'm able to do is I'm going to click on my submit assignment, and it gives you the ability to submit the assignment using a website URL. That link that you just copied is the website URL. So you're going to go down into here, and you're going to either hit Control V, which pastes it, or you can right click and paste it. Now you have the document in there where it's visible to me and to you and to anybody else in Ventura Unified that's going into that program. You're going to submit the assignment. When you submit the assignment, I'm not going to submit this assignment, but when you submit the assignment, you'll get a bunch of confetti saying, yay, you did it, right? Let's say that you did it, you handed it in, you got the confetti, it says that you're done, and then you get an email from me saying that you submitted it incorrectly, that I can't read it. You'll go back to the assignment page, and this button will say resubmit assignment. If you want to hand it in again the proper way, you hit the resubmit assignment, you'll go down to the URL, you'll click the correct one in there, and then you'll submit it again. I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now so I can go into the chat. Okay. So let's see if we have any questions. I saw that you were moving around, Jordan. I'm glad you're okay. Emma, don't worry about being late because I'm videotaping this. I'm recording this lesson, so you'll be able to go in and see it again. Karina has her hand raised. Karina, you have a question on how to do what it is that I just taught you guys.
Yeah, for the sharing link, will it work if you did be able to view if you have the link? Like, not like shared in BUSD, but like if you have the link, you can view it.
It's still going to give you the link because it's a link to your document. You've created a document and a link is still going to be there. So let's go in and look at that again. So I am in here. I'm gonna create a new document actually, so we can do it from the beginning. So I'm in here and I'm creating a document. I'm gonna go to my blank document, click on it. When I click on my blank document, I'm gonna go to the untitled section and I'm gonna name that document. And I'm gonna say cook, period, test document, I think it was. Doc, oh my gosh, document, okay. And then I'm gonna come down here and type in what I need to type, right? And then I'm gonna go into share, where it says private only to me. If I click on that, it's still gonna give me a link. If I click on copy link, the link that it's gonna give me is only gonna be available for you to view it. You must go here first and then copy the new link.
Mine said, it's loading. Let me look at it really quick. It's loading now. I have to wait for a second.
If you guys want to go on and look at what you already handed in and try to change it right now, I am here to help you. So you can go between the two pages, tabs on your screen, go into your Canvas, go into your Google Docs. We've got time to figure this out. So I'm going to go into my screen and look at, oh, I'm still in student view. So I have to get out of student view and then I can go into my dashboard and then I can look at what period 4 has handed in. Submit using a link. And if you want to know if I can open it and you've submitted it, unmute yourself and let me check. I can check for you right now to see if it's working.
Can you check mine?
Who just asked me that?
Karina.
Okay, let me find Karina. So if I click on that, I don't have access. Did you resubmit it? Don't forget to resubmit it.
Okay.
Because if you just change it in yours, you have to hit resubmit. Does anybody else want me to check theirs to see if it worked, if you've changed it?
Can you check mine again?
Who's that talking? Because I only see two people.
Brandon.
Brandon, okay. Let's see. Success, Brandon. Awesome. For example, I have a few changes. Awesome, great job. So now we know how to do that. So when it comes to assigning any assignments that have to be handed in that way, whether it's in my class or anybody else's class, you will know how to do that. Anybody else want me to check theirs to make sure that it is working properly?
Can you check mine again, Karina?
Sure, Karina. I don't want you guys to have frustrations. Yay, you did it, Karina. Good job.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Hopefully you will not miss anything. But now you know how to submit it, right? I'm going to go to, oh, Camila, I'm sorry. Yes, I will check yours. Remember, when it comes to the chat, I can't see chats while I am in sharing my screen. So you're going to have to unmute yourself to ask me. Let's see, Camila. And I know if you handed something in because it is in orange. Nope, Camila, I do not have access. Remember when you have to resubmit it with that new link. Vincent, question? Or do you want me to just check yours?
Can you check mine?
I sure can.
Thank you.
Of course. Brilliant, it's working. Fantastic. Use impress, I think. Yep. Okay, great. Thank you for doing that for me. I appreciate it. Amaya, do you want me to check yours again?
Yes, please.
Okay. So now you'll be able, those of you that have completed this, you'll be able to go through the rest and do the 2 assignments that are going to be due on Tuesday. Yay, success. Yay. And again, Amaya wrote on there that she clicked on the link and that she can see it. Of course, you are going to be able to see it because it's visible to you. When you first start it, remember when I looked at that submission button, it said that it was visible to me. Of course, you're going to be able to see it because it's going to be visible to you because it's your document. It won't be visible to me, the teacher, or any other teachers unless you go through those extra steps to make it visible to anybody in Ventura Unified. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm going to send out another poll. Okay. Emma, I'm going to respond to you in a minute because there are a couple of people. I'm going to respond to everybody because a couple of people are going to need to know the answer to that. Be honest. If it wasn't, it wasn't. But if it was, great. And if it wasn't, I'm going to assume that you handed it in correctly already. That's why, because you knew how to do it. So, yeah. And Emma, you're probably going to say it wasn't because you missed some of today's lesson, which is okay. And I will tell you what to do with that. So yeah, please be honest. That's all I want is honesty. Sure, Amaya, you can switch if you want. If you get bumped out and you have to rejoin the meeting, that's fine. Okay. Couple of you people didn't answer. 2 people didn't answer yet. It's a yes or no. It's not a hard question. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Okay, so I'm going to push out the results that I got. So many of you said that today's lesson was helpful and useful, which is great. And I'm going to tell you, this is a new way for me to teach, right? I've not done this. I'm very animated in the classroom. This is new to me. I want to make sure that I'm able to get the information across to you guys so that you guys have success. I do not want you to be stressed out with this new way of learning. I understand what it's like to be stressed out with this new way. It's new to me too. Just remember that the teachers are all going through this at the same time as you. The only thing that I have that I think is more beneficial for me is that I can actually, thank you, I can actually type. So it's easier for me to type, but I am not proficient in typing. I can do thumbs for texting also, which I'm sure you guys are really good at. If you're finding it stressful because it's taking you so long because you have to hunt and peck, my suggestion is to go in onto YouTube or onto the internet and find like a quick down and dirty typing lesson so you learn where to place the keys. But I think many of you have the keyboard memorized because while you're texting, right? So that's the one thing that's going to help you is the memorization of the keyboard. If you guys have any questions, you can unmute yourselves and ask your questions. Otherwise, I'm going to, I can stay on the Zoom for the next 10 minutes because you guys have 10 minutes more with me. And we can answer any questions that you may have. If you want to try working on and fixing your assignment, then you may do that as well. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can unmute yourself and ask. If you have any questions and you can't unmute yourself or it's not coming through clearly, you can type it in the group chat. But please give it a try. And I'll wait here if you guys get hung up with anything. Otherwise, if you've handed it in, oh, Asfiq, thank you. I forgot to go over that. Okay, wait, I'm gonna share my screen one more time with you guys. If you have your agenda out, and this is for periods 2, 4, 6, right? If you have your agenda out, I'm gonna give you an assignment that is due for Wednesday. And many of you have done it already. And it's a somewhat fun assignment. It's not science related yet, but like I said, I want you guys to get really used to using Canvas so it doesn't stress you out this year. So communicate and engage with your instructor is the next assignment after submit using a link. We went over submit using a link today. So it's communicate and engage with your instructor. Again, that's a page. The computer will read it to you if you want. There are 2 written assignments that you need to do following communicate and engage with your instructor and peers. 1, you're going to participate in a discussion board. Okay, because I do have some assignments in your module in which you have to type something and then you have to respond to other students about what they've learned or they're doing. So that's one assignment there. The other one is to send me a message. Now, just so you know, over here in your Canvas, you have this bar over here. And in this bar, you can get to your dashboard, your courses, your calendar, and then there's also an inbox. You guys have access to email. Besides your Ventura EDU account, you have email in Canvas. So when it says to send your instructor a message, you're going to do it through your email that is in Canvas. So if I click on this, many students have been handing in that assignment into my inbox, and they've also been communicating through this inbox. What I'm going to let you know is that these messages from this inbox will also go generate into my Ventura USD inbox. So if you email me here, it's also emailing me at Ventura USD. So you have access to that. So today's assignments that are due on Thursday, hang on a second, Vincent. Today's assignments that are due on Thursday, because you have Monday off, right? No, not Thursday, sorry, Wednesday. That's a lie, Wednesday. Periods 2, 4, 6 is gonna be on Wednesday. Today's assignments are use Google Docs and personal files, read that. Oh no, sorry, we're beyond that. Communicate and engage with your instructor and peers. Participate in a discussion board and send your instructor a message. These 3 are due for Wednesday once you've also completed this submit an assignment using a link. So if you need to redo this, you redo it. If you need to do it now. And then you're going to communicate, participate, and send. And don't worry, I will send that out in an email to your Ventura EDU account. But if you have your agenda right now, please write those 3 assignments in and that they are due on Wednesday. Good job, Vincent. Vincent, if you want to unmute yourself because you had a raised hand, I'd be happy to listen.
I was gonna say, do you have any homework for Tuesday? But never mind, because you said Wednesday, so I mean it's due Wednesday.
Perfect. Good. It's Brandon. It's not due on Wednesday. It's due on Wednesday because any time that you have a Monday off from school, we get rid of the Wednesday third period class. So it's Tuesday 135, Wednesday 246, Thursday 135, Friday 246. Of course, Alex, if you, or Alexander, if you want to, there's no due date. I would like you to get it in as soon as possible for any past assignments. Camila, ask your question.
Can you check my thing again? The one
I will. I'm not going to do it right now because there's only a couple of minutes left. I will check it by 5 o'clock tonight. I'll have everything in. Andres, I don't need you to use LinkedIn or Facebook for any of this. You're strictly on Canvas. You do not need to use those platforms for anything. I'm going to stop sharing this screen. Does anybody have any questions, or are we good for the day? All right. Again, I'm glad that this was helpful today. I'm going to stop the recording.